Hi everybody, it's Dan. I've got an update for you on the EIDL loan program, a couple things with PPP, and just want to give you some kind of breaking news on what I learned today. First things first, the EIDL loan program, the portal is up, but it is only open right now for agricultural businesses. So if you're an agricultural business, you can apply as you see this video. If you are not, the program will be reopened to every other business on May 5th, 2020. Okay, now I spoke to the SBA, I spoke to some of their consultants today, a few people, and they say it's tomorrow. So they don't know if it's going to be, if it's going to be jammed, if it's going to go smoothly, but it's going to be open. The biggest change to the program is you've heard so much about the $10,000 EIDL grant program, okay? The EIDL program was set up just like any other economic injury loan. If there's a tornado, FEMA would go to these areas and they would lend businesses money. For example, if your business is destroyed, your hardware store is destroyed, and you need money for a hotel because you can't go back to your house, they can give you $1,000, $10,000, $5,000, whatever you need to get yourself up and running again and get a place to live, sleep, and eat, okay? That's how this program was originally set up. The problem with it was nobody ever planned on the entire country needing this loan at one time. So after speaking to these people today, and they were talking about, well, we'll probably have a few 100,000 people apply, and maybe 500,000. Well, let's set it up for the first million businesses. They had millions and millions of businesses that applied for the EIDL loans and the grants. The grant program for the $10,000 was a problem because people, everybody just thought they're getting the $10,000 grant, which we should. The initial people that signed up for that should still get the initial $10,000. But there is some good news that I learned today, and that if you did receive an advance and a grant in your account, whether it was $1,000 or $5,000 because you said you had 5 employees, you're supposed to be offered a loan in short order. So I filled it out basically the first day on the 30th, and I should be getting an offer anytime. Saturday night at almost 11 o'clock at night, I got an email that stated, that your loan's being processed, and I will keep you posted on that. Okay, so the SBA is completely overwhelmed. They are so backlogged with this thing, and it has created such a problem for them that's where they're at right now. Okay, so more to come on that. We should have an answer shortly on the loans that have already been processed. But if you look at my last video, there were hundreds of responses from people that have not received anything, and the SBA knows this. Okay, so stay tuned. We should get loan offers as soon as tomorrow with some people. So be ready for that, okay? Now, with the portal opening on the 5th, I want to make something crystal clear that they made, that everybody said to me today, for the consultants to the SBA, everybody. If you've already applied, there is a pecking order, and there is the order of the loans that they received and how they're going to be processed. Do not apply a second time for an EIDL loan if you've already applied for that. And number 2, tomorrow when the portal goes live, you will not be able to ask for the grant. The grant, because of all the problems, they say, oh, it's per employee. It's always been per employee. And no, it's not. The language says this. The senator said this. Well, they know that there's litigation. They know that there's people right now that are going to sue them as a result of this, okay? But that language, I want to request the grant, you won't even be able to request the grant now. They're just going to send you, based on the number of employees, if your loan's going to be offered to you, they're going to send you an advance grant based on the number of employees that you have, up to 10, okay? So there's no place to click for that. Don't be looking for it. If you have not applied already, do not drive yourself crazy for that. As far as the PPP loans, I heard someone today that I know that is getting almost $250,000. They just got approved today for that. But that comes with some strings to it. And Steve Mnuchin this weekend was on Maria Bartiromo's show talking about how they're not going to extend the window for people to hire their employees and come back. You've got After 14 days, you've got to start using that money, and then you have 60 days after that to have it be basically free money for your business. If you don't, then it's considered a loan, and they're going to question these companies for that. The EIDL loan, from everybody I've talked to, is a great loan program because it's 3.75% with a deferment for a year, okay? Now, I don't want to go into debt, Dan. It doesn't interest me, okay? And I had somebody look this up for me, $25,000, okay? If you could get 25 grand, it's 115 bucks a month. Well, 25 grand fix your business for 115 bucks a month. I think that's a great deal. 50,000 is only $232 for that. So think of the good that you can do and not have to pay for it for a year. You could pretty much fix everything most likely for $50,000. So the other thing is we're getting a lot of questions about, can I still file for unemployment? Yes. You know, here in California, if you're self-employed, you can file for unemployment. They finally opened up the portal this week. If you are a consultant, go try to get the unemployment, and it goes back as far back as the first week of February. And you know, take advantage of that if you can. Okay. I spoke with a food consultant today. That was pretty interesting because when you think about how industries are going to change as a result of this, the food industry is a perfect example. This man has been in the food business 30 years. He runs a catering company. He consults on getting startups funded and up and running for new food concepts. And he says, Dan, it's going to be absolutely amazing, the change that we're going to live through, okay? So for me, it was interesting because I got to ask this guy a lot of questions, and you know, what's the restaurant going to look like 60 days from now when they can open? What's it going to look like 2 years from now, okay? And you're going to see a tremendous amount of people go out of business during this time because they won't be able to run their place at 25% or half staff, or only allow so many people to walk through the door at a time. A lot of these places make money on the turnover, and they're just not going to be able to do it right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I just want to thank everybody also for watching all my videos and subscribing, and I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you will like this video and share it with your friends also. You know, we're living through very, very unique times right now, and I have to go back and I have to relate it to times in my life when things were difficult, and I always use those experiences to do better, to make more money. When I was down and I had little money, that is when I came up with innovative ways to advertise and innovative ways to sell and meet new clients. And it has really propelled me in my business career. And this is horrible and this is awful right now, but this is something that you've really got to dig within. You've got to stay focused right now. You've got to be healthy. You've got to do the right thing, and not, you know, abuse alcohol or anything bad right now. You just got to set an example and be positive, okay? Work your plan. Think of different ways that you can do business right now. I'm going to have some interviews coming up in the next week or so. I ran into a realtor that I love over the weekend. This guy comes up with some of the craziest advertising I've ever seen, but it's always good stuff and inexpensive and stuff that you can use because it makes you think out of the box every time I run into Tony. You know, be that person. Be unique. Remember, you know, reach out to your existing customer base. Figure out how you can serve them right now, and just talk to them. Find out what they're going through right now, and see if you can work together right now. Okay. Be the best. Be somebody that people want to work with right now. Okay. You know, good luck to everybody. I will see you guys soon. And like, follow, subscribe. Please reach out if you have any questions, and I will get back to you guys soon. Good luck.